Alright guys, it's Paul here. Welcome to my channel Value Flips, where we go looking for items to flip online on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace. Before we go thrifting, I got a few sales I want to share with you guys. First up is this Rempel Rufus Rooster. It's a rubber squeak toy. I got it about 6 months ago in an auction lot. For the auction lot I paid about $20 and there was a bunch of different toys in there. And this is old rubber toy that I sold for $16 plus shipping. Picked up this vintage Keen blue hat case at a thrift store, Salvation Army I believe, about a week and a half ago. I paid $9 for it. Ended up selling it for $38.65 plus shipping. Picked up this Brooder truck about 2 months ago at a Savers or Value Village. I paid $6.50 for it. It had some condition issues, but these trucks are really expensive if you look online. Brooder's a German brand, so I knew I'd be able to make a little bit of money on this, and somebody offered me $25 for it, and I took it. So nice little flip. I've had these Nike Blazer shoes about 4 months now. I got them at a Salvation Army. I paid $13 for them. I had them for sale for $35. Somebody offered me $27 and I decided to take it, so not bad. Alright guys, it's Paul here, and we're looking for stuff to flip and sell online, and I'm starting off here at Walmart, believe it or not. I actually did some retail arbitrage, which is super hard to do, I find, in my area. I ended up getting these Scorpios Rex Jurassic World Ultimate Damage for $19 plus tax. I'm hoping to get $55, $59 for it, maybe even more at Christmas time. So that was kind of interesting. And then I head over to Salvation Army here, and I see this hat, this Ford Racing hat for $5. It looked pretty cool. It had the stripes. I thought maybe there might be some money there, but I just kept hesitating, and it wasn't really a known brand, like the actual brand of the hat, so I decided to pass on it and just keep going, but thought it was a really nice looking hat. I'm still here in the electronics now. Move over to electronics. There's a microwave down there. I see this Zoom microphone for $5.99, so I picked that up. I figure I could make some money on it. They go for about $30. They're kind of an older microphone, so here's a spoiler alert. Unfortunately, it did not work, so I ended up gambling and losing there. When I plugged it in, it did work in the store, but when I took it home, I was having problems with it, so I ended up recycling it. So that's kind of the ugly side of reselling, is sometimes you'll get stuff and it just won't work, and that's just part of the game. You got to just take those calculated risks, right? So I lost out on the $5.99 there. But you got to keep going, looking for the big home runs, the big bangers. Here, I'm looking in the toys now. I love selling toys. It's my favorite sector, or segment, I should say, to sell in. And here I am looking on the baggy wall for anything unique. But I do see in this junk aisle here, they want $35 for this Sony Sports boombox. I looked it up, like it wasn't worth that much really. It was selling for around $39, $40, and testing it. Those tape decks are notorious for not working, so be careful guys when you look at getting a boombox, especially paying $35 for it. I would want to fully test it before I take that home. So be careful, and some stores don't offer returns. It's all final sale at some stores, so just be really careful. But so obviously I left that behind. It wasn't. It was very neat to see the old electronics like that. And I'm looking in the junk aisle at these floor mats and back at the toys. This I believe is a different thrift store. This is a different Savers or Value Village. And here I'm looking at the toys all neatly arranged. That's not a good sign when they're all neatly arranged. That means there's nothing good, right? That means they have limited stock. That's the way I view it anyway. I want them to be overflowing, and that's when you can find the gems hidden in there. But I don't believe I found any toys on this from this store. I always take an extra pass when I'm looking at the thrift store just to make sure I don't miss anything. I looked up that Gravedigger big thing down there. I didn't want to mess with it. The price was good. I think they wanted $8 for it. Could have maybe parted it out, but I don't need another project right now, so I left it behind, but it was still neat to see. And I looked up that other RC truck beside it. That wasn't worth anything. It was some weird brand. I see this plush on the top shelf. I looked it up. It's like some type of character from, I had to Google Lens it, and it was nowhere near worth $10. I think it was selling for like 12 or 14. It was some video game character, so I thought maybe it might be worth some money, but it wasn't. I struck out today and looking at a few things, but that's kind of how it goes. I'm at Salvation Army now here, and I see this tray, and it's got a weird look to it. So I looked it up. It's an IKEA like plastic tray. They only want $2.99 for it. It's in pretty good condition. I think I can get $20-$30 for it. It seems to be kind of a rare tray, so I decided to take a chance on it for $3. I can see if I can sell that. And I also see this bucket kind of in the same aisle. And this is an older, for $3, it's made in Estonia. It's a Norma bucket. First time I see this brand before. So I think it's from the 70s. So again, I'm going to take a chance on it. It's in very good condition for its age. So I decided to take that. And in the electronics, I see this beer can opener. And I think it opens the top of cans. It cuts the whole top off. So I decided to take that. I think I'm going to keep that maybe for personal use. But I found lots of good things, even though it was I had some harder times thrifting, but we'll show you at the haul coming up. I wanted to share with you guys one last kind of thing that happened. I was at Salvation Army and looking around. I wasn't finding too much at this store. And I saw this sewing machine, and I, of course, recognized that brand, Pfaff, which is a German brand, a very kind of vintage, high-end sewing brand. I looked up the model number. I don't know it off the top of my head of this machine, and it was worth like $300 to $400, this, sewing machine. So I went and asked if it could be removed from the table because I figured I got nothing to lose. Unfortunately, they said no. They did not want to remove it from the sewing table that it was bolted onto, so I had to leave it behind. But this is the type of sewing machine that I would for sure buy if it was, $30, $40, $50, because you could easily part out all the pieces in it even if it didn't work. Otherwise, you could sell it, for like $400. So be on the lookout for that brand. There's some good value in that brand. Alright guys, it's Paul here, coming to you with some items here that I found thrifting the last couple days. Kind of tough the last couple days, just not a lot of good deals out there right now, so it was a struggle. Over here I found two of these Panasonic blue-lined VCRs. No remotes, although I do have remotes for these in my storage already in my inventory, so I can use that. Paid $15 for one of them, which is a little high, and then the other one I paid $10 for. I should be able to get anywhere from $50 to $70 for them. Down here I got this draft top beer can opener for $5. It goes for about $20 to $25 online. Over here is a Lisa Frank lunchbox. It's not a older one. The older Lisa Frank stuff from the 90s goes for big bucks, but this is a newer one. It's still seems to be pretty rare, and there is a sold for $20, so I picked it up for $5.99. Back here's an interesting item. This is actually an IKEA tray. It's some type of melamine tray that was $2.99. And that's a picture of a raspberry. And I see that they do sell for like $20 to $25. So I decided to take a chance on that. This too is something quite unique and different. It is a Norma, made in Estonia, so like a Russian bucket, old bucket. Apparently these are from the 70s. So I thought it was really interesting. It's got some dinosaurs on it. Very nice looking bucket. Over here is a Southwest Window Dimensions needlepoint kit. I see that it goes about from $20 to $30 it's selling for. It's not a huge seller or anything, but I love picking these up when they're sealed. Of course, I check to make sure that condition is good. Down here is a kind of a cool find, this Permatex brake and rotor wall clock. It is working. I paid $10 for it, and I'm hoping to get, maybe I'll price it at $40 to $50 and see if anybody's interested in it. Go from there. For $8 at Savers, I got this Sure Shot Owl date. It's going for about between $25 and $35. It seems to be in really good condition. It's got no scratches or anything on it. What I'll do is I'll put batteries on it and I'll battery test it. So I'll make sure it powers on, the flash works, the motor turns. That's pretty much all the testing I do with 35mm cameras. I don't, buy film and actually do the testing that way. I just will put in my description that it's battery tested. Here's another interesting kind of item. This vest was $10. I had to get it. It's vintage. It's made in Canada, and it's probably from the 90s or the 80s. I'm hoping to get maybe $30 to $50 for it. I just love the embroidery on here of Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. Very cool. Probably my favorite find of the day, because it was a tough day thrifting. I shouldn't complain because I did find lots, but is this 1978 Garfield mug that was 99 cents. It's in great condition, and it's got Odie over here. Just a lovely mug. First time I find a mug like this, and I've been looking for a while, so I'm very happy with that. And that is going to go into my personal collection. So not a too bad day thrifting. Got to keep pounding the pavement. When you don't find stuff, you got to just keep moving. Run and gun, just keep moving. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be great. And till we meet again.